Alright, this is for all my FL Studio masters. I've been getting a lot of questions about what do you do when, a particular VST or whatever that you're working with has like all this latency and all these issues because, it's just too big for your setup. Like, the way your computer runs, all that good stuff. It's just way too big. It's not running fast enough. Uh, Here's a solution. What you do is, okay, say, and a lot of people have been asking about ReFX Nexus 2. A lot of people have Nexus 2, but they don't have the full combination for everything to be powerful. Like when it comes to these plugins, a lot of times is you having a great amount of RAM, not no cheap, little RAM, but like gaming RAM, stuff like that, super fast RAM, decent audio interface, great processor. You know what I mean? I don't even use Intel. I use AMD. I got an AMD Phenom 2 6-core processor, about to step up to a 8-core once taxes hit. You feel me? But that, and then your graphics card, all of that stuff plays a factor. So I do have like a stupid graphics card. It's ridiculous. But what I'm gonna show you is putting the ReFX Nexus on here. ReFX Nexus loads up. I'll pick a sound. This Broad Renaissance. I have like expansion packs and stuff in here. But what you want to do, let me see if that's the right sound that I want. Let's see here. It is. Yep, that's the sound that I want. What I do from there, the actual track itself needs to be on the mixer. So I click on the mixer track, which is, I'm clicking on 4 because I usually do hat, kick, snare, and then whatever else flows from there. So, you hit Control L. Once I hit Control L, it gives me the color of the plugin as well as the name. It also does it for WAV files and MP3 files, Good thing about FL Studio, you can actually use MP3 files. A lot of them, like I use Machine sometimes, but Machine doesn't let me use MP3, so I'm like, bump Machine. This is way doper anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna set a level so it's not super ridiculous on your ears. From there, that piece I was just playing, I'm gonna actually play. I'm gonna cut the metronome on first. Arm not disrecord, but arm recording the track, and I'm gonna go through and play that. And I'm gonna just do that once, just so you guys can get a feel of what I'm talking about. Hit alternate Q to quantize that joint, of course. I did a 2-bar loop. I can make it a 4-bar loop. I didn't even think about that. See if I can prop my phone up so that I can actually make it a 4-bar loop. Because I have to hit Control. Yeah, there we go. Hit Control, highlight everything. Alright, got that. Using the phone. Bear with me, I don't got a webcam. Hold down, left click on there, and it'll actually make a copy. Boom, got my copy. Reopen that so I can see everything. Since I couldn't hit Control and right click on the screen because, holding the camera. Okay, from there I got my 4-bar pattern. So it. And then from there, what I'm doing is, it depends on how you want to do this. You can actually render it to the playlist if you want. Since I have a pattern on the playlist now, rendered it to the playlist. If I want to, I can render it to the playlist, but of course you have to take pattern mode off, put it on song mode, which is cutting the light off on the little almost recycle looking joint loop, I guess. and I go back to, I don't even want to do it that way, because, you know, you have a recorded folder that the stuff goes into. So what I do is I always put stuff in that recorded folder, and then I can drag it over. So that's what I'm going to do. So you solo out the track that it's on. Hit the little white dot if you're on 12. If you're on any of the other ones below 12, this is ARM disk record. It'll actually look like a floppy disk right there. But on 12 and above, 12.1, 12.2, all that good stuff, ARM disk record is a little white dot. Let me make sure you can see that. It's a little white dot. When I hit it, boom, my track kind of grays out a little bit, and then I can click at the top the menu on the mixer and hit this, go to this recording, render to wave file. And under render to wave, this is important. You don't want to disable maximum polyphony. If you do that, your sounds overlap like crazy. You know what I mean? You want the polyphony to stay how you set it up in the first place. Surrendering a wave, leaving the remainder. It says full song. It's not a song. It's actually a pattern. So I need to put it on pattern. It automatically puts it on pattern mode for me. From there, I hit start render, and it renders it like super fast. Done. So when I go to record it, it's there. And the great thing about FL Studio is when you do this, it automatically keeps a timing signature and everything. So from here, basically, I can right click and delete ReFX Nexus because I've already got what I want. So I've dragged over what I want, and I'm going to actually put it to the track instead. Hit Control L again. Wait, where am I? I think I have to delete the name first. And once I've clicked on, highlighted the little selection light, I can go over here, click on it, hit Control L, boom. Now it's the color and name that I have set over here, which is untitled _ Nexus. You know, I could have named that track as well, that sound. You know, you can right click, hit Windows Shell menu on Windows. Mac is command click, and then it'll probably just say menu. It won't say Windows Shell. And I can actually go in to the properties and change the name. See that? I can change the name right there, but I'm not going to do all that right now. That's just a side note. Once I've had this up, I can actually see, if you look at it, it actually is already looped perfect. If I change the pitch, it'll time stretch with it. The time stretch is already set in FL Studio when you render sounds from it. Okay, so I'm going to right click and hit piano roll. And I'm over here on the piano roll. And I'm going to drag out that sound for 4 bars. So now I have like a perfect 4-bar loop. And if I play that, it is. If I stop it, it stops on point. So feel me? So from here, if I want, say I want to cut it down and make it extra dirty south type speeds, I can hit it. It'll ask me, restretch all channels now? Yes. Restretched it, so it's, you can hear the difference. I only cut it down a little bit. It was 90 BPM, I put it on 86. If I wanted to, I can cut it down to 80 BPM. Bam. Work with it from there. But yeah, that's how you time stretch your joints. Saves you some CPU, you feel me?